It's February 26th. It's 2 a.m. Central European Time, and that means we're live. Hello, everybody. Happy you found your way to the stream today. And we already have Atrip in the chat. Hello, Atrip. How you doing today? Happy you made it again. You came back. That's great news. So, just straight up ahead, I'm super busy lately, so I gonna limit the stream today to 2 hours. I hope that's enough for all you animation junkies. There is plenty of material on the channel to review. And yeah, you came back. What are we doing today? That is a very good question. I worked on our facial expressions that we did so far. Let's play it. I did more cleanup. I added mostly all the highlights and the soft shadows, all the red accent colors. The end is still a little bit rough, but that's basically because here the only thing that changes are the pupils, and I'm gonna do that afterwards. I think that's not on the stream. So what I thought, I was hoping to finish the animation so we could start something new today, but then I figured he's smoking, he's here, there it goes the smoke, but we don't see any smoke. So I thought it could be fun to do some special effects animation and animate some smoke so we can finish the animation, because I really don't want to start something new unless this is finished, because this is gonna pile up and I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna end up with several open animations that I'm never gonna finish, and I'm gonna go crazy. So that's the goal for today. Some 2-day animation. And I have experimented already a little bit with 2D effects. And yeah, I'm probably gonna give you a insight on how my approach is to animating smoke, because smoke is a pretty well, it depends on the movement of the smoke and what kind of smoke. But when you go, for example, cigarette smoke or something like that, that moves very, very slowly. I'm still trying to practice more of that stuff, as the movement of the smoke is quite difficult. At least that I feel so. I already got the idea of the whole physics, but still, I'm not really there where I want to be when it comes to cigarette smoke, for example. Here we have a very, I think we can reduce this to a minimum, as he blows this out the smoke quite dynamically. So I think the smoke will build up around here and then pretty quickly gonna leave the screen. So I'm gonna have a sip of my Ghostbusting coffee and we can start right on. Party on. So, Atri, what have you been up to? Have you done any cool Blender stuff lately? I mean, I really was looking forward to this stream, as I said, it's quite busy lately with projects, and this is like the time to relax and just to do cool animation. So yeah, let's jump right in. For future animations, we will definitely have to limit ourselves to a more simple character, because I just figured like those details, they were killing me. Like doing all those different elements, those different colors, was quite time consuming. I'm super happy with the result though, and I'm happy we did it this way. But maybe for the sake of the stream and getting more easily or quicker results, I think we could do cool animations, but maybe try to stylize our characters more or minimalize them even a little bit more with facial expressions. I think we needed some kind of realistic character like this one, but maybe in the future we can reduce it a little bit. Hello, Czech. How are you? Nice you came today. I was just showing what we have so far. I couldn't finish everything. It's quite finished, but I figured we want to do some smoke animation as he blows out the smoke after sucking on his pipe. So that's what's on the menu today. And I need a lot of coffee today. I think this is my 4th coffee today, and I'm still having the problem with my oat milk. I'm going crazy now. I tried different coffees. The problem is, normally I buy the oat milk, like the package, separately. This time we bought a whole box of it. And I don't know if this is like a faulty production line here with this oat milk. I'm getting those annoying flakes. Though I need the coffee, I'm not really enjoying it. So I suppose that's where you can definitely see some pattern of addiction here. All right. So yeah, let's jump right in and do some first rough stuff. This is gonna be the smoke. I'm moving my head like this because I either can see the chat or my keyboard, as this here is like the microphone. No, you can't see it here. So when I do this, I just basically have to look what key I'm pressing on my keyboard. So oak. Got it. So I think we're gonna start here. Let's start here and see if it works. KRITA is doing weird things. It needs a hell lot of time to open this file. Maybe it's really, I didn't even check how heavy the file is. Let's see, because that is something interesting as well, as this is a like more complex animation, I would say, compared to the things we did before. And let's see how heavy those files are getting in KRITA. Number 15. Wow, so cool. We already are in 15 episodes. All right. Properties. It's not big. It's 200 megabyte. I would say that in the Photoshop file would be way bigger. I don't know. So yeah, it needs a hell lot of time to open the file, and then it opens it twice. And I'm getting a little bit nervous about that, so I'm saving it all the time with different names. Oh man. That's one disgusting coffee. All right. I decided not to play music today because I got whatever you hear, I am listening to. So I got a little bit bored of the lo-fi stuff, and as everything is a little bit busy, I wasn't able to look up new playlists. So everybody can listen now to their favorite music. If you are interested in what I am listening to, I think I could share my playlist. But yeah, enjoy your music. So now what are we doing here? So I always feel like first there's a very, the smoke is coming out very quickly, so there is no bulking up, or I don't know how you would call that. And then here we already have like our first cloud. Oh, thanks to remember me that you don't see anything. So whatever I showed you before, well, that's live, isn't it? So here we go. This is what I basically drew a few seconds before. So now I'm trying to start a little cloudy smoke that's coming out. And let's see. It would be pushed away quite rapidly, like it's getting pushed away from the mouth, to say, and it's gonna increase its size. So we will have to make some. But what you basically have here is smoke is gonna move quickly at the beginning, as you still have the force coming from the mouth. And then it's gonna start to slow down quite rapidly. Let's push this. Let's already drawn twos. For those of you who haven't seen the stream before or are not familiar with the term of twos, we basically, what you see here, we're gonna draw a nude drawing every other frame. So every drawing is gonna be visible for 2 frames, and the next drawing 2 frames, and the next drawing. It's a happy little cloud, yes, Jack. And it's living right here, but you can make it live wherever you feel like. And that's the beauty of drawing, as our mentor Bob would tell us. So let's try to slow it down here. And I think I wanna draw the shape already slightly different. You see here it's more rounded, but the part here in the back is gonna pushing a little bit further. And we're gonna start to, we have to see how many in-betweens we're gonna do. Now it's like very roughly. So we're gonna see the different states of our smoke. So as you see now, we already getting kind of a smoke ring, if you want. Nike Chobanov, hello and welcome to the YouTube chat. Feel free to share your thoughts, critique, and inspirational thoughts. You can also share other things. Okay, so now I want to get my drawing a little bit clearer here. That's again where KRITA's onion skin options are pretty amazing. I like them. So now I want to move this a little bit further here. And let's see if now we had here one curve at the previous drawing. Maybe we're gonna already make it more detailed. Because as it slows down, like the different smoke sections are gonna break up bit by bit. And we're gonna see how detailed we're gonna get. So now this smoky ring is gonna open up in the middle. So okay. Oh, I wanted to show you a new little purchase I made. Let me see. So I ordered this book like around, I don't know, feels like half a year ago. Pre-ordered it. And it is called Drawn to Type, Lettering for Illustrators. And I'm really looking forward to, I haven't had a look at it. I just opened it and was really exciting to have it now. Because even if it's not what I expected, this cover is just awesome, and it's from one of my favorite illustrators, the Irish illustrator Steve Simpson. If you haven't seen his work, I pretty much like it. I love it. And so even if the book shouldn't be what I expected, this is a great decoration if you want. So I definitely want to dive more into lettering, although I like one of my weaknesses is copywriting, and the other is basically my knowledge of typography. I think I have, like, over the years found my few fonts that I go to, and if they don't work, I just go to Helvetica, I suppose. Atrib, I haven't read anything of the book yet. I just got it today, and I haven't had the time to look at it. I hope tonight I'm gonna have a look at it. It's gonna be my weekend lecture. I think I want to get more complexity here in this cloud, as I like the thicker volume here in the back, and I have the feeling that it is good. So yeah, I think we were discussing last time a few of the books. I would be very interested about design books, illustration, animation books that you can recommend. As I said, like my go-to books are definitely the Animator Survival Kit, The Noble Approach by Maurice Noble when it comes to color composition, and what else is a great book? Well, there are a lot of them, but I think those two are the ones that I will have to buy again because probably they're gonna be the most worn out books I possess. All right. So let's see how this. So you see, this is way too close to our previous drawing. So we can definitely push this a little bit further. Maybe this one a bit closer. And let's see how this. Well, it's already good with the timing as he blows it out, and then now we just have to keep slowing it down, make it increase, and I think we're just gonna let it flow out the screen and not dissolve it, just to save some time, I suppose. Well, we see where are we gonna continue, but this one still feels, I don't know, I want to tweak this a little bit more. But in general, I really like 2D effects, hand-drawn effects. Is such just beautiful. I really like it, like, and it gives so much more to your animation. Could even do like in the walk cycle, just do some little smoky clouds whenever the character steps on the floor, for example. I think that also would make the animation way more interesting. Okay. So today I'm equipped with a lot of water, so I hope there's no weird, uncomfortable coughing, although you are sitting safely and snuggled in your home. I'm far away from you. But last time I got such a dry throat due to the constant talking. And I forgot my beverage. What I'm doing here right now is basically just experimenting, to be honest. I would love to give you some kind of a formula here. I think you just want to bring in different sizes of the puffy part of the cloud and maybe some layering. So there's one in the front, a little bit more in the back, lying on top of each other. And I figured it's a pretty cool way to as well do improvised straightforward animation, just to keep it simple and get some practice with not too complex animations. And I think we keep it like this, because when with the lines that I just drew in like here, so you can see already this hole in our ring. I think it's not visible yet because the ring is too fat, so it probably will be behind this smoke around here. So this will be the hole, and it's not visible yet. So we're gonna reveal this a little bit further down the animation. Okay. And now let's see. Next. And now as it's gonna expand quite slowly, we want to keep our drawings, or the lines of our drawings, quite close. So the spacing is really like little spacing here, which gonna gives us slower movements. But therefore we also want to make sure that we maintain more or less the shape. And if we want to introduce, let's say we want to break down this arc into two, we should only start with a little break in here and think about the next drawings, because we don't want to get in already like very like break it too much, to make sure we have a more organic movement here. And everything I'm telling you right now is just based on experimentation and stuff that I figured out until now when it comes to effects. So this line is gonna move to this direction, and maybe we're gonna start to see already some the whole of our ring. You see how it seems like it's shifting in perspective? That's no good. Because I think this lines here, as they move to the right, I think as it's bulking up, it's not even supposed to move to the right. So let's do this again. So maybe we can at least, let's see. So we're apparently not seeing, like, there's a little opening up here. Let's see if this works. Not really, as the other side also is getting bigger, and we have to live with no, but we have to live without this opening up in the middle of our smoky ring. Now, because what normally would happen now is that this ring in the middle is gonna get bigger and bigger, which we don't see from this perspective. But like if you think about the diameter, yeah, Jack says if both sides are expanding at the same rate, then the right side of the back part would never be visible from the ankle. Absolutely, the right part of the back, no. And I think not even, well, yes, exactly the right part of the back. And what will happen is like the hole in, if this is, I don't know if this makes sense, like it's gonna open up, like this ring is getting fatter, and the hole in the middle is gonna expand as well, and at some point the hole in the middle is gonna expand further out than the outer radius, and so the smoke is gonna be eliminated. Let's see if we can do a quick insight. So our ring basically at the beginning wasn't a ring. This is now, our character would be here, like we're looking frontal onto the character, right? So here, this is what comes out of his mouth. Basic shapes instead of cloud shapes first, always, I suppose. Probably right. So we could just draw a big donut instead of smoke and increase the radius of the inner circle of the donut. So let's see. Now this thing would expand, and in the middle we're gonna start to see a hole. It expands further out, but the hole in the middle is expanding faster. So at a certain point we may have only this increase of the radius of the outer radius, but the inner one is already here, right? And then it's gonna start to break. So to smaller pieces, and they're gonna get smaller and maybe even break within their own shape. Like so, until they disappear completely. This will, okay, that was, so now you see more or less what's happening. Okay, so that's what we would like to achieve here. I'm gonna try to continue with already those kind of details here. To maybe finish it today, or at least advance as much as possible. Okay, so now this would also I'm wondering if we basically could just to make a test now. Every time it's gonna increase a little bit more. Move less away from it. Just duplicating now. To see how the flow is going. So at that pace, we probably would see how the smoke would dissolve. So maybe this is a good way to first set the speed. And then we're gonna see. Now here the tweening would be really cool. I haven't tried to tween in KRITA yet, so that would probably be helpful. For those of you who don't know what tweening is basically to animate with keyframes. So you set point status A in this case, like position and size A, then you go on and increase it and push it away so it's position and size B, and you tell the software basically to calculate the movement in between. And you can also tell the software if you want some easing or whatsoever. So maybe we can work on this frame as it was kind of a key pose. So let's see if we want to break it open at certain points. So those are kind of holes. And they're getting bigger and bigger until they break up the whole ring. And I feel it's way easier to do 2D cloudy smoke when it's just from the side, so you don't put in this kind of details that I'm working on. Basically just work on a silhouette, and there it's way easier. do a little bit bigger jumps in this to actually see how we do with the pace. So, oh, no. So here, for example, the outer edge and the hole that we just put in there, they're getting pretty close to each other, and therefore will break at a certain point. So they break out here. So those would be now just puffy little clouds already separated from the other part of the ring. And the same will happen due to those holes we added here. Maybe there are other holes already starting to build up. Insane. And like the rendering time, although it's still quite fast, but you can definitely see a difference. And you see that KRITA now is having way more workload than in our other animations. And yeah, we have quite some layers in there. So this kind of how it breaks now, it could happen way earlier. And now one thing, I think once you moved it out there, oh no, it's still, the information is still there from the drawing, although it's outside of the canvas, so that's good. I think I'm gonna take out some frames, speed up the movement. Put him closer together to slow down the movement here. Maybe we can start to show where the holes are gonna break. So here. Now I bring in smaller fractions here, because I feel like the further it expands, the least, or the less compressed it is, the more we're gonna see the more fluffiness. I was thinking a lot about doing some special effects online classes, because it seems such a interesting thing to do. And actually those are, I think those elements can find a lot of use in, let's say, maybe not complete frame by frame based animations, but more like motion graphics, and add simple 2D effects to it. And it helps to make it more dynamic. These are sometimes quite abstract shapes, but because they're hand drawn or frame by frame animated, they look mostly way more organic than the rest of the motion graphics. I feel it breaks. Whoa. Too slowly. So now I'm gonna do a jump here and gonna break our ring. I think what I got wrong is the direction of the arc. And you see now I go into the other direction. Both arcs go like this. Before it was the outer one was like this. The inner one was like this. And just realized like going like this is way makes way more sense, as there's apparently more force coming from the inside and it's pushing towards the outside. So maybe we can tweak this. Now we have like smaller little elements that are still floating around here. It's not just big fractals. So let's see. Let's turn them around. Just gonna erase a little bit. Make sure to see where they've been before. Yeah, that feels so much better. Now we have actually the force coming from the inside, pushing out. Also, I want to make sure to change the size of the arcs here. What did you send there? Oh, nice. Sweet reference. Nice. Thanks, Jack. That's cool. Not stream appropriate, but great research material, definitely. And sometimes I find myself when I cook and I see the smoke coming up from the pot, sometimes just stand there and stare at the smoke and try to analyze it. But it feels sometimes feels so chaotic. There's definitely like a certain tendency for the movement, but it's mostly chaotic. Mhm. I think I'm gonna get this one out. Now it seems it's just the smoke is shattering on the canvas edge. Oh yeah, 3D renders. I remember, I don't know, like if in After Effects there is this very common or widely used plugin which is called Particular, and it has some kind of options for smoke. But I've been to a presentation of Andrew Kramer here in Barcelona for like 2 years ago, and he gave a sneak peek on a plugin they are working on, or they were working on, and it was pretty impressive. It was for smoke simulations in After Effects. Super beautiful smoke animations, and quite a lot of control over the different variables. So now let's get most of it out now. Now only the big ones are left over. I'm not really happy with it. It seems it's meant, and it should break way earlier. Let's see if we get rid of all that, how this is gonna look like. Better, now they're just too far away here. Now I would like to move all the frames at the same time. Is this possible? No. I'm not sure if we had the possibility to mark all those frames here, and maybe we can cheat. And move those. Yeah, I think the problem is as the cloud is shattered, it should continue to move in the outside of the screen. Yeah, better. And I think you say it doesn't allow multi-frame transforms. It's awesome. That would be a very helpful option. I feel some kind of a boost in the middle where he's blowing out. Wait. That may be because of the size here. So we could adjust the size to make it fit better in between those two. Maybe this one is also a little bit bigger. So in general, the smoke at the beginning increases faster. I would say we keep it like that to not go too deep into this rabbit hole. Wonder if we could bring in some smoke here. Because when you exhale, you're already exposing the smoke, right? I think we leave it like this and go straight ahead to our cleanup. So let's switch to the right tool. What did happen? Okay. We're gonna have to see if we put in highlights in the smoke, as there shouldn't be any reflection, but it would make it visually more interesting. Okay. So yeah, check. I was saying before, like I think for the next animation we need to limit ourselves a little bit with the details. Like this character went a little bit too far off into the realm of hideous details to animate. So maybe we're gonna go with more basic shapes or more geometric characters and see how what we could come up with. The Squid Boy. Oh, well, let's see. I don't know if you have seen the intro, but I did outside the live stream. I think it was even before the walk cycle. I wanted to make him dance, and I was inspired by break dances for our tentacle boy, and but it only seems like a weird waving. So yeah, there's now three animations of the tentacle boy out there, which I pretty much like. So I'm definitely gonna compile them, publish them some project format with some insights of the process. But I think I will leave him be. But yeah, something like that where you even the tentacle boy was quite detailed, I would say. But I definitely am more drawn towards this style where you have more details, and but then maybe we have to reduce our animations. A breakdance would be awesome, but I think the most difficult I felt like the most difficult thing about those breakdances, or at least the breakdances I was inspired by, they did like such weird movements that seemed so unnatural, which probably works knowing that it's a human being, but I'm wondering if it's really working in animation, as you would end up with weird unnatural and movements which is basically what they're trying to emulate, right? Like robots or whatever. And if this actually would be recognized as like as the idea behind it, or it would be recognized like a bad animation as the movements are off. Or even that's the biggest art of them all, breakdancing. Create unnatural movements, but make them feel natural. Whatever that means. Close-up animation of a hand picking up an object. That seems... yeah. A little bit scared. Yeah, I really don't know. I would like to do basically just a straightforward animation like we said before. And that's what I did these days as well on the iPad, on the sofa. Because I think there's not one day where I don't animate. And they seem pretty cool because you can like you can regulate them more easily when it comes to time or duration of the animation, as you don't even have a end pose. So yeah, we will see. Really looking forward to have this one finished and put in some sound as well. Yeah, but the hands are still definitely on the bucket list. And I just feel like what you said, like picking up elements or whatsoever, yeah, could be a very quick movement. Because I feel like if it's hands, it should be very quick. So you don't see too much of the mistakes. I have a weird offset here, delay on the brush. I feel like I have to reinstall a few things on my computer, and I get more and more problems. And that's also one PC mysterious thing. It's like one day things work, the other day they don't. Oh, you've seen the time-lapse videos. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I felt like I have to post a few videos on the channel that are not 3 hours long, but still in the spirit of the channel. And as Procreate creates them on the run, I thought, well, yeah, well, that fits the concept of the whole channel. There are definitely more to come. I'm gonna post them regularly now. We could get some halftones into that smoke, because as you wrote, like some slide offset color. Could be pretty much created with the halftone pattern, as it makes everything seem a little bit darker. Because I would like to stick to the colors I have so far, and I tried yesterday a little bit of a few options as well for the shirt, as I felt like here's not too much going on, so I did experiment a little bit with it, but yeah, I feel like it would be too, it would stick out too much if we started to add another color here. But yeah, the halftones are definitely what I think that's basically as well like all the idea behind the halftones, I suppose, when you do the silk screening to create the illusion of a slightly darker color, depending on the halftone, like how thick the dots are. You can create different shades of the color. I definitely have to do a silk screen class and experiment with that stuff. Especially as I already have the characters designed with this technique in mind, like there should be some possibilities to bring them on another medium other than a screen, digital screen. Official A trip. Oh, it's you. A trip. Is it you? All right. So A trip changed the platform. Whatever fits your needs. That was me. He's everywhere. Andrew is conquering the internet. I think. Oh, I had like a. Do you know when you have like from a specific event or a phrase or whatever, it triggers a whole chain of thoughts, and then you suddenly you speak out what conclusion you came within those thoughts, and nobody actually knows what you're talking about because you went so far off topic. So I just was thinking, well, we could do some digital tech game every day. Okay, we could do some digital tech game where find a trip, catch him if you can. He could be it on any streaming platform. So thinking about that, I thought about that I saw the other day. I saw that there's professional tagging, and I just thought, well, that would be. I don't remember how complex or how they handle the cameras they film it, but if there would be a consistent camera angle, they have pretty weird moves as well that could be interesting for some animation to use those as references, because they or parkour, for example, could also be nice stuff for reference. Well, that works. I think I'm gonna draw directly into... I'm thinking about the logistics here, because it's getting so weird. Because I always want to stay as flexible as possible. So see, like I have a like the soft shadows. These are just the red lines. Then I have the halftone patterns. I have the highlights. I have the color, which is the yellow. So everything is pretty weird and complex. I don't know what's happening to YouTube. Like the whole images. Ah, okay. So, how we gonna do this one? Let's add another one. Can we add another one? Is there any limit on layers? So smoke, fill. Well, we could use only halftone patterns. So to keep it like slightly transparent, there would be an option. But let's... So what? No harm in trying at all. Mm-hmm. Okay. Comes another one. I'm wondering if I can use this layer afterwards as a transparent mask for the halftones, because I will have to do the same thing that I'm doing here again for the halftones. And maybe I can use the stuff that I already have for that. I could actually just... Now we don't have any weird overlaps in the of the shapes. I can do this. Okay, and we're clean. Okay. You can use a layer as clipping mask. That's good. Thanks, man. Okay. Now I need more space here. I need the halftone pattern. Duplicate layer. Gonna put it here. So now I have this halftone pattern. Bring this over here. Do you know how to use the clipping mask? Because I would have gone with the burp transparency mask, but then I would draw everything on it. So I just want to try this here. See, duplicate layer, and then layer. See what's happening when I convert it to transparency mask. Well, that worked. Okay, I want to try as well what you said. So group them. And then halftone on the bottom. The A symbol, okay. What is the A symbol standing for? Inherit alpha. I suppose then I would have to. Ah, that's it. All right. So he's checking. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Well, that's all right. We have two possibilities here. That works. Ah. But I think he uses all the layers. And okay. Apparently he only uses, check this out. Of course, I think I don't have, I didn't fill, okay, sorry. So now I am using, okay. I really start to like the eraser system, the eraser mode. So helpful. And I also like the toggle on and off of the eraser tool instead of having to change from one tool, the eraser, to the other tool, the brush, which would be two keys, but instead you just push the same key again. I feel that is quicker. So Jack, thanks so much for helping me out here again. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, okay. I think this is the last one. And we are done. Now let's see. Hmm. I don't really know if I like the half tone. I don't know. Let's see if once again with the yellow. Hmm. You like it with the half tone? Yeah, it feels a little too without it. There's something missing. I think what could help as well, because it feels so plain, the overlapping lines should have hard shadows. So we're not done yet. Oh, damn it. So I could maybe that could help. I don't know how many steps to undo you have in KRITA. I hope it's enough. If this doesn't work out, we still can go back. Now it feels very heavy on the down there. Now I suddenly feel like I need more kind of shadow casting volumes. Sorry. Now here we have quite a bunch. Which two more? So funny. It's digital drawing, but every time this mistake happens, I'm something inside of me just gets just really scared, as this is something irreversible. Oh, this one as well. Atrip, you like it too? Nice, thanks. Yeah, we will see how the darker shadows here could, like, this would be quite dark, wouldn't it? Because it's a volume here where we have definitely this part casting shadow. Let's see. I probably could do the whole part here, like something like really bringing this, but that's probably a separate layer again. Yeah, we're still not done, unfortunately. But hey, how long did it take for to finish the Mona Lisa? Those things, they just take time, right? Yeah, but I could imagine like really doing a bold shadow. I also feel the problem is that those holes are not really read it as holes, as it's the same the color in the background. that could again be, well, no, it's readable. Find it very interesting how those halftone patterns get this particular look. It works every time. Well, here there are probably no shadows at all. I like it better. It's already, there's, can feel the hard shadows. Yeah, I like it better. But I'm not sure if it's already finished. What? It's good. It's all right. I think I'm gonna leave it here and gonna come back to it a little bit later or tomorrow and gonna check how it's working, because I'm not sure yet. I should bring in more darker areas with our blue. But yeah, now it's smoking. So yes, I'm afraid I have to call it a day for today. As I said in the beginning, still quite some stuff going on that I have to take care of. Thanks so much for watching the stream, and I'm really positive that on Monday in our next stream we can tackle our next animation. We have no idea yet what it's gonna be. It may be a straightforward animation for whatever. Maybe we could get abstract, maybe some psychedelic stuff, liquid, whatever. We're gonna see. So have a great weekend. Thanks, especially Jack Atrieb, for participating in the chat. So awesome that you guys are here. And see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, and I'm out.